What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. This channel has been something I wanted to do for a very long time, and it's finally up. I'm excited to do my first ever makeup tutorial. This look is a very dramatic Valentine's Day look. Either you got a boo or not. You need to stunt on everyone and show them what you can do with all this glitter and gold and everything like that. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, let's jump right into the video. It's funny because you guys are going to see in the beginning me looking like glammed up and like a boss ass bitch and like looking real cute, and then it's going to jump right into this and you're going to be like, oh wow, what a difference. Who is she? Yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do after we prep the skin is that we're going to conceal the eyes, just in case you have any prominent veins out or if you have any like darkness around the eyes. We definitely want to make it a good base for the eyeshadow. So I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. It is in the shade Fair. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put that right just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way definitely with this concealer. So I'm just going to put that right on top of my lid, kind of up to my brow. I'm just going to put that there. And then I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques brush. It's a foundation brush, but I definitely don't like using it for foundation. I just like to go in and smooth this all out so there's no creasing. And I'm just going to go in with like a small mirror right here. I definitely like doing that because I get a more precise thing and the concealer doesn't go everywhere. So I'm just going to look into this and then I'm just going to spread that all the way around. What I like about this brush too is that it has like a tiny pointy tip at the end so you can really get into your inner corner and get that in there. And I'm gonna go with my Coty Airspun. I think this is in the translucent powder. Then I'm gonna use that same brush. Oh, look at all that powder. I don't know if you guys can see that. But I'm gonna go in with that same brush and then I'm just gonna dip into it and just set the powder. And just kind of drag that across so there's no creasing, because if there's creasing it's definitely going to show in the eyeshadow. So as you can see, the crease is all one color and it's matte, and that's exactly what we want for the eyeshadow base, so everything goes in very smoothly. That's exactly what we want. So now we can actually go into the actual eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go with my Jaclyn Hill palette first so we can go into a transition color. If you don't have the palettes that I'm using, you can definitely use whatever palette that you want, whatever one you prefer. And if you have similar colors to it, there's no problem. You don't have to use anything that I'm using, just anything that you're comfortable with. So we're gonna go in with the Morphe E23 brush, and I have the one from Ulta, so it has all the colors and all the names on the back. So we're gonna go in with Butter. That's gonna take some time because it's like all backwards in the back. So I'm just gonna point it. We're gonna go in with this color here, the second one in the second row. We're just gonna dip into it. You only need like a tiny bit on there because they're very pigmented. We're just gonna, and then brush off the excesses, just tap that off there. All the powder just came off, because if you put too much you definitely will make it look a little weird. It's gonna like go all over the place. So I'm just gonna go with my mirror and just like look right into it, and then I'm just gonna again arch my eyebrow up so it has like a nice thing there. Then I'm just gonna start right in the crease. See, that's very pigmented, like you only need a little bit. So we're gonna go right into the crease and just very softly brush that in there. Just go right in there and then very small circular motions back and forth. So circles and then back and forth. A lot of people call it windshield wiper motions, so that's a pretty good accurate technique there. I just go like deep in there, and I'm using a very light hand with this because you definitely don't need to go all hard into it. It's definitely pigmented enough where you can just very lightly set that in there. And then I definitely leave a space right here between the brow bone because you need I keep that there just in case you want to do a matte highlight in there, or if you want to do a shimmery one, you'll see it towards the end. What I'm saying. Okay, then we're going to go back in with that same shade and we're going to do exactly what we did on the other eye and then just tap off the excess powder. What we're going to do now is that we're going to go in with the Modern Renaissance palette. Where we're going to go in more is with Venetian Red, which is that color right there, and then we're going to go in with Love Letter. We're going to go dip more into Venetian Red. I'm going to use the same E23 brush because I feel like you'll see that I'll put it more in my crease. And then I'm going to put that one and just the tiniest bit of Love Letter and then back into Venetian Red so it keeps more of the red look in there. And then definitely tap that off because a lot of color comes off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this right in my crease. So what I like to do is I like to open my eye open and then stick it right in my crease and then close it. So the brush is kind of like trapped in there. And I like to go right into there. See how pigmented that is? That is so... I like to deposit all the color right into the crease with more of like a darker color that you want more prominent. And I like to just go back and forth right in the crease. Like, I don't like to go up just yet. Just want to make sure all the color is deposited in there because that's the color that I want everyone to see more. So I just kind of look straight into the mirror. I just go back and forth. And then I'm going to go back into it just a little bit more, like just one dip in. And tap off the excess and then go right in there and do the same thing just so it's a lot more pigmented. You just have to build up the color a little bit, whatever color you want it to be. The color before was beautiful, it's just a little more soft. We want this to be pretty dramatic and out there. And then once that color is more deposited into the crease, we're gonna go a little bit more up but below the transition color. So the transition color is right here, and then we want it still just a little bit below it. But if you end up going a little too high, that's okay, because you can bring back the transition color, no problem. And just kind of blend that right below that. So it can be dark and very pigmented. Then we're gonna go do the same thing exactly, right this color, Venetian Red, a little bit of Love Letter, and then Venetian Red again, just tap that off, and then we're gonna do the same exact thing we did on the other eye. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch brushes, and then I'm gonna go in with the M441 brush, and then we're gonna dip into back the Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay, we're gonna use two colors from both the palettes. So we're gonna go in with this color, Jax. We're gonna go with this color here. It's like a really nice wine-ish color. We're gonna go into that. And just, there's a lot of pigment on there, so just go into there. And then I'm going to go with my Modern Renaissance palette again, and then I'm going to go in with Red Ochre, because Red Ochre is more of like the reddish too, so we can keep it in the red family. The other one will come out as red, but it'll be more of like a brownish kind of color red, like a rusty red. So we're just going to dip into there just a little bit, and then just take that off there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is that we're going to go right in the outer corner here. So what I like to do with darker colors is definitely tap it in. Tap in the darker color, just really soft. And just, see how pigment that's, oh, wow. So just tap it in, because I feel like if you go right into the blending with darker colors, it'll definitely deposit way too much, and it could possibly ruin the look and make it way too dark than you want it. Because of course you can layer the Love Letter and the reddish colors back in there, but it'll definitely look like you put way too much. So I like to pat it in first, and then just keep it in there so it deposits the color, and then just very, very softly blend that only in the crease. We're not going to go anywhere up with this. We're just going to keep it right in the crease. So just like I like to do, I like to look up, I like to trap the brush back in there and just keep it in the crease. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to blend this one up. So we're going to keep the darkest colors right in there. And just blend it really, really nicely. And then we're going to go back in with the E23 brush, and then we're going to see that it's blending out the color, because if it looks harsh right now, that's okay. We're going to blend it back in with the Venetian Red and Love Letter again. And then we're going to go do that again, so Red Ochre, because I definitely want this in the inner corner right here too, and the brush has lost a little bit of the pigment. We're going to go into there. I'm going to go back in with the Jax here and just dip in a little bit. And I'm just going to go back in with this mirror because it's just a little bit easier. Then we're going to tap off the excess powder, and then we're going to go tap one more time in the inner corner. Just tap that in there. Even though we're going to cover that part up with glitter, we're going to cover it up with red glitter, I definitely think this is important, because just in case some of the red glitter like falls off for some reason, you're still gonna have color there and you're not gonna look weird. So we're just gonna tap that in there. And you can just keep like a little space in the middle, because that's gonna be covered up anyway. Just tap that in there. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the very same thing on the other side. Go in with that Jack's color, go in with that little bit of red ochre color, and then we're gonna go tap one more time. The same exact thing that we did on the other eye. So because we lost some of the pinkish color in there, we're just gonna go quickly back in with our E23 brush, the fluffy brush before. We're gonna go back a little bit with the Venetian red, and then a little bit of the love letter. And then we're just gonna bring back that pinkish reddish color. You just bring that right back in there. Okay, and before I go in with the glitter, I'm gonna go in with this flat shader brush. I don't know where I got this. I have no idea the brand. Anyways, it's Coastal Scents. I have no idea where I got this brush, but I like to use this brush when I put like color like right in the middle here and stuff like that. So that's a brush. Any flat shader brush that you have, that's perfectly fine. I just like this one because it's more of like a harder material and it really picks up the color on there. So I'm going to go in back with my Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to use the color Little Lady. It's that one right there. And for a trick, if any of you guys don't know, I feel like a lot of people do, I like to spritz my brush first. So the shimmery shade is a lot more intense. So I'm going to use my Mario Badescu spray. It's the Rose Water. And I'm just going to spray my brush on both sides. That was definitely a lot. I don't know why I did all that much. And then I'm going to go in with this color here, just drag that across there on both sides. And then I'm going to use my small brush again, whatever mirror you like to use. And then what I like to do with this is I like to drag it right in the middle below the darker colors. So just keep that right in there because we want the darker color to still be seen. So we're going to go right in there. Oh, wow. See what I'm saying? That is so intense. I like to just drag it in there just so I know like my little path there of where I'm gonna keep it, and then I'm just gonna use the side of it and just kind of keep that right in the middle. That is so intense and so pretty. I love it. I love these shades. They're very, very easy to work with, and they are blinding. That is so nice. So we're just gonna keep that right in the middle. Then we're gonna pick up that color again so we can do the same exact thing that we did on the other side. And then we're gonna go right down the middle again. And if your brush is just not doing the job but you have the little outline there, you can definitely go in with that shade and just pack it on a little more, because honestly using your finger and like the natural oils on there, it makes it a big difference for sure. And you can just put that a little bit more like in the middle, whatever you want to do. Whatever color shimmer you want to do, this is all your thing. Okay, and then we're going to go back in with the M441 brush, and we're just going to bring back a little bit of the darker color. I'm just going to go in with Jack's this time and just keep it like on the dark side and stuff like that. So I'm just going to very, very small amount and just blend in that color. Just very, very, very lightly, just brush on the very ends of it and just brush it in there. So it's not like a harsh line. We're just gonna diffuse the colors together. And then you just blend that in there and just diffuse these colors together here. See, that looks a lot more like blended, you know? Then we're gonna go back in with Jack's a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the other side. So now we're going in with the glitter. So I use the NYX glitter primer. This is so good. It's only like $6, I want to say, and it keeps on my glitter all day. Like, it will not move, it will not come off. You can be sweating, you can be dancing, you can do whatever you want to be doing. You can use whatever brush you want to use. I like to use this came in with the Modern Renaissance palette. It's an Anastasia brush, and I just like to use the flat part of this here because I feel like it's small enough where I can just put it wherever I want it to be. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on there. Just a tiny bit, like that's all you need, like the tiniest bit in there. And just put that right there. Then I'm going to go in with my small mirror again, because you definitely want to be more precise with this one and just keep it where it needs to be, because once you set that glitter on there, that's where the glitter is going to go. So if you put it too high, that's where the glitter is going to go. So just keep it right where we put the dark colors here on the inner and outer corner of your eye. And we're just going to tap that in there. And then use the other side that you didn't put glue on and just spread that there right where you want it, wherever you want it, but I'm just going to keep it right on the sides of the little lady color we put down. Just pat that in there, and then we're going to go in with the glue again, and then right on the corner here, pat that in there, and then we're going to go with the other side and spread that right where we want it. Okay, then we're gonna go in with our glitter, and then this is the NYX face and body glitter. These are amazing. They're very, very shiny and glittery and amazing, and I can put this like all over my face. Sometimes I put highlighter on, and then I go in with a whitish like crystal color glitter, and I like to put it on my face, on my eyebrows, like anything you wanted to put it on there. And then I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. brush. Oh my god, I wish people wouldn't sleep on e.l.f. brushes. These are amazing. I love this. Is a really small like smudger brush, and you can use this from like under your eyes. I use that for that too. And this is yeah, smudge brush, e.l.f. Amazing. It was only like $3, which is great, or $1, I don't know. The only thing I will say with this is that this does go everywhere if you put it on your eye. It's definitely good if you don't put your base down yet when you use these glitters, because this will go all over your face. That's why you have to like clean it off at the end. So this is like really nice red. And I definitely like to put a piece of toilet paper on the bottom of my eye, because just to like not put that much under my eye, you know what I mean? So we're gonna get close and personal, because I can't use two hands with this. I don't have enough hands to like hold it down, so I'm gonna look close into this, and I just like dip it in there, and then it's pretty packed on there, and then I'm gonna pat it right where I have the glitter. So right where I put down the glitter glue, that's where you want to set it. So set that in there. Pack the other side again, so you can set it down for the other side. Like that. And then just go in with your mirror and make sure it's everywhere that you want it to be. And if you want to make it more like pigmented and stuff like that. And you can make this as pigmented as you want. If you want it a little more sparse and you don't want it as out there, then that's perfectly fine. But I want to make it so people from Mars can see it. So we're just going to put that right there and just cover up that whole area. And if you notice, there's just a little bit of red glitter there, but that's fine, because I'm going to go in with a makeup wipe after anyway and just clean up any fallout that came on my eye. Not much really, not with those palettes, but sometimes it does, so you just really have to clean that up and it'll come right off. And just set that there, yeah. That's pretty much it for that. So I'm not going to do liner with this look, because I definitely want everyone to see all the glitter and shininess of this. So before I do mascara though, I definitely want the middle to stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with my Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is pretty pricey. It's about $24, I want to say, and I have like 3 of them, so But these are the best thing ever. They are so pigmented, so bright and glittery, and I feel like it'll make the middle just pop out a lot more. And you can use whatever you want. You can keep it just like this. I think it's beautiful just like this, and just add like some highlight in the middle if you want it more intense. But I'm just going to use this. This is in the shade Rose Gold Retro. So I'm just going to get my little thing and just keep it in there. And it comes with like a little spatula thing, so it comes really, really well. A lot of the times I use this for like cut creases because it is just so precise in there. We're going to put this color right in the middle here. And I like to do is I like to put it right. Oh, do you see that? Wow. There's so much in there. I love it. Oh, it is just like liquid glass. Oh, I love it. I like to do that. And then I like to go like with my finger or something and just tap it on the sides here with my pinky, because that's the smallest one, and just spread it and just make it more like glittery. We'll definitely be using these a lot more because these are honestly my favorite. I know it's expensive, but these are definitely a very amazing. Look at the difference here. Like this looks like molten lava on my face, and it's just beautiful. It'll stay on all day. It will not come off, and it will, oh, I just love these. Like, I know they're pricey, but these are definitely an amazing investment. And this is Rose Gold Retro, so I feel like it goes with like any look you want. They have colors like gold, they have like silver, they have black, like if you do more smoky looks. So these are just amazing. I'm just gonna dip in one more time into there. Then I'm gonna go right in the middle of this one again. Sorry, I was covering. And we're gonna go right. Ooh, I love, like, these never cease to amaze me. Like, they never fail to make me be like, oh my god, these are so nice. So I'm just gonna tap that in there again. I like to tap it in there just so it's not like harsh, you know what I mean? And definitely these take like the tiniest bit to because it is liquid, so it definitely needs to dry. So just make sure you keep your eyes like open, because if you like look up, it will transfer to up here. So just make sure you keep your eyes closed. Make sure it's dry. So just let it be what it needs to be here. And then without any pigment on that E23 brush, I'm just gonna bring back that color there, because this one's pretty much dry. It literally took like a minute to dry. So I just like to bring back that color there. I put no extra addition eyeshadow on here. I'm just using it to more blend out and just make sure that color's back in there. And then this one's pretty much dry, so we're just gonna go back in there again. Yes. Okay. Then I'm gonna go, and then we cannot forget about the transition color, so we're gonna go back in with our Jaclyn Hill palette. We're gonna go back into, why am I forgetting the name? Butter. We're gonna go back into the name Butter, and then just very, very small, just use that brush, coat it on there, and then we're just gonna go very, very nicely and just put that back in there, just to bring that in there and make everything super soft, super nice. I love it. I love putting my transition, like, that's so weird to say, but I feel like that's one of my favorite parts. Just putting that transition color back in there and just make everything look so soft and seamless. Just make sure everything's nice in here. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we're gonna do mascara. I just used this yesterday, and it's really nice to, it's really hard for me to find a mascara that I like because my hair is so heavy, and that makes my eyelashes very heavy, so it's really hard to find one that actually makes my eyelashes go up, you know? So, because I don't really use an eyeshadow clamp because I feel like those just don't really work for me that very much, and especially I usually use falsies anyway, which we're gonna use in this look. So I'm just gonna go in with, this is the Total Temptation mascara from Maybelline. It is new and it's very nice. I like it, and it's beautiful for the bottom lashes you're gonna see. But I don't like to do bottom lashes just yet. I like to put on all my eyebrows and like the foundation and everything like that, and then go into that, because sometimes it can, you know. So I'm just gonna go, just put mascara, just put whatever mascara that you want, whatever one that fits for you. I really like this one too because it really makes my, it really coats my eyelashes with a very, very dark. So now we're gonna do our eyebrows. I'm just gonna go in with any type of spoolie. You definitely want to spoolie your eyebrows out just so there's like no weird things in your eyebrows, and it makes it a lot better. So I just grab any, this is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I just use it for the spoolie because I use pomade more and like gel, because I feel like that makes my eyebrows look a lot better. So I just like put them all the way up and then just dip it down and just brush them through. And just do the very same thing on the other side and just brush it through, put them all the way up, and brush them down. Right like that. And I have this like little comb thing. I don't know where I got this, but it's like this really nice like little eyebrow comb. So I just gonna put them down, make sure they're really nice and there's nothing in there like clumps from before, you know. I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. lock-on liner and brow cream. I love this stuff. My friend suggested this to me and I was like, oh yeah, okay, because I can never find something that makes my eyebrows look dark enough and like precise. And she's like, yeah, use this, it doesn't move anywhere. And I'm like, okay, and it doesn't. It definitely stays on there and I really love using it. So I'm gonna just dip this right in here. It's a cream, so it definitely goes on a little wet and it just needs to dry, and it will kind of come off as hard but like after it dries, but I don't think that's a problem. I really like it because it just means that it's really staying on there. So I just like coat the very tip of the brush, put that in there, and I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. I just follow my natural eyebrow. I think they're pretty all right, so I just keep that there, and I make the tip like a little bit longer. That's the only thing I do. So I just go right in the middle here and start at the bottom. I'm just gonna go right in and just fill in this whole middle, because this is where it's gonna be like the darkest, because my eyebrows aren't very sparse, but I just like them to be a little more filled in and darker. So we're just gonna go right there. And what I like about this is that it's a really nice like tip here, so it makes the very tail of this nice and sharp. I find this eyebrow to be a little more like arched than this one. This one's more like, I don't know, they're just kind of like different shapes. So I guess I kind of have to work with what I got, don't I? So I'm gonna do that. And because it's a cream, this one has to dry too, so just make sure you're not like going like that, because it will transfer and we don't want that. Now we're gonna do lashes. I really love these Ardell double up lashes. These were only about $5 or $6. I think they're beautiful, especially with this look. These are more on like the dramatic side. They're very fluffy and nice. So, and I'm a hood bitch, to be honest. I use my fingers to put eyelashes on. I'll show you exactly how I do that. And then I'm gonna use this duo brush on adhesive with vitamins on there. I think it's really nice. I think it's one of the best eyelash glues there. I don't really like to use the Kiss one, even though the Kiss lashes are great, but the actual Kiss one is definitely not very nice. I don't think it really works that well. I'm just gonna dip in there and I'm just gonna coat the top of it, and I just wait for it to dry. See how much of a difference that makes? I had like no eyelashes, and then when I put like falsies on, I'm like, oh man, who is she? And I just kind of like push it in there and just make sure that nothing's hanging off, you know? Okay, now that we finish the eyes, partially, so now we're gonna go in with foundation. And then before I do that, I'm gonna go with my Mario Badescu spray. What I really like about this is that you can use this as primer and you can use this as finishing spray, which I really like because it's like a 2-in-1. And this is only about $11 or $12, and it comes with a lot. It will last you a lot. If you're like spraying it all over your face like over and over and over again, then it's gonna run out. But if you just do like a nice like 4 sprays, my skin is now wet and it's just gonna like absorb all of that thing. And then it comes with aloe, herbs, and rose water, and it is very nice, and it smells really nice, so I like using it. Now we're gonna go in with this Rimmel Matte Perfection Pore Blurring Effect. It comes with SPF 20, which is really nice because you need, even if there's not much sun out, it's really good to put sunscreen on your face so it protects all the skin on there and it doesn't burn or anything like that. So visible coverage, visible protected skin. So I'm in 200 Soft Beige, or I like to think I am. I think it's a nice shade for me. The only thing that doesn't come with a pump, so I just kind of have to go with my hand and just I'm pretty sure like I've done this enough and I have enough foundations where I know like how much is good for me. Like this is probably like a good amount. Ooh, she looking dark. Alright, let's see. Then I'm gonna go in with my Real Technique sponge. Make sure it's definitely damp. Please, I cannot stress this enough. Please make sure that your beauty blender or whatever you're using, your sponge, anything like that, is damp, because if you use it dry, it'll definitely make the foundation look a lot more cakey, and that's not what we are going for. So I'm just going like that, and I'm just gonna dip that in there and just dot this. Oh, and can I mention that this smells so good? I don't know, like when I first used it, I'm like, oh yeah, I heard some good reviews about this, I guess I'll use it, because I heard that it was full coverage, or like that pretty nice coverage, and you know, but no one said anything about the smell, and the smell is so nice. It smells so good. And I just dot this like all over like that. I'm just gonna go with my little thing, and then you just start blending this into the skin. What I like about this too is that it's a really nice coverage, but also it makes it really look like skin. It doesn't look like one of those where like you can't even recognize yourself kind of thing, which is no problem if you have that, but I like this one because it's still, because I'm not really like ashamed of like my acne or anything like that, so I don't really mind if it doesn't cover that up 100%. I just want to cover up like all my redness, you know what I mean? Like that's the part that I'm like, so I just put that in there. And what I do so I can like not go on top of my eyebrows is I go very, very close to it, and then when it comes to a point, I use the very tip of it, and I just go around it. And I go really close to my eyes, and then I'm gonna go right into there and just go right into the hairline. Definitely don't look like anything, especially if you're using a foundation that's darker or lighter than what you are. Just make sure you're definitely covering up all the evidence of that. I like to go like there, a little bit around my neck so it kind of matches more. I just really like it because it covers up like all my redness. I feel it definitely covers up all the discoloration. It's not, I would say it's a light to medium coverage, because it definitely doesn't, like if I wanted to add more, like that's okay, like for my acne stuff like that, but I really don't mind it, so I don't really care if it's like, you know, ooh, this lash is giving me a pain. I'm going like that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. I don't really like care for concealer too much, but I'm gonna go like dip right in there, a small little amount, and then just little dips in there. I'm gonna go in with the same sponge, and we're gonna go right in there and just conceal all the way up. Like that. Okay, so now that that is pretty bright and right to the brim of the eye where the dark circles are mainly at, I'm going to go in with my Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in Fair Light, which is 10. I'm just going to open this up like that's what it looks like, and then I'm just going to put some right in there. You can go with any setting powder that you like. I'm just going to go like with this, and I'm going to dip that right in there. And then I'm going to bake underneath my eyes so nothing creases. So you always have to set the concealer. Oh my god. Like, oh my god. Really. Do the same thing on the very other side. And what I like to do too is I like to bake my nose. I know a lot of people just like bake their whole face, which is totally fine, but I like to bake my nose just a tiny bit because I find that my nose gets the most oil out of everything. Because a lot of people do the baking stuff like that so it can keep the brightness under their eyes, but I just like to bake my nose and stuff like that without any of the concealer because I feel like it keeps it matte the most. And I like to bake like the sides of my mouth, like my smile lines, because I feel like that's the part where it creases. So I do that. And I keep that there for like the tiniest bit. So I'm gonna go in with this angled brush. This is from like a kit that my cousin gave me for Christmas, and it's really nice. I really like it. I really like the angled brush part of it because you can go like right here, like right precise. Then I'm gonna go in with this. It's like a little travel size Bahama Mama, the Balm Cosmetics, and it is bronzer, which I really like. And I really like it because I feel like it makes it like contour too. So I just like go into this. It's pretty small, but it really a lot of nice color into it. And I just dip that in there, and then like the brush is covered. And then I go just a tiny bit there, and then I go right there. I go like that, like where you've seen a lot of people do. And then I just go right there, and then just like a little bit up. Like once I put it like right in it, and then I just like very softly, because this brush is so soft, whatever one you want to use, and then I just kind of go like right here. So I bring back the color into my face, and I just bring it like that. And I don't really have like a big forehead like at all, so I just use like whatever remainder product on there. Like it's not really a big deal if I don't put bronzer up there. But if you want to, that's perfectly fine. See how like chiseled that looks? Like bland chiseled. Really nice. I don't really have cheekbones, so we gotta make do. I'm gonna go back into that same thing. We're gonna cover that. And I feel like this side of my face, for some reason, does not pick up as much pigment as the other side does. Super odd. I don't know why. Like there's always like this like little patch here that just doesn't take it. Like I'm so confused. I don't know why. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I feel like it doesn't like look bad like that there's like a little thing there, but it's kind of like an observation. I'm gonna go in with that powder one more time, and then we're just gonna cut this here and just make it more like precise. I just go from right here, and then I go up. Then we get the same thing here. And just let that bake for a sec. So when we go like that, it's gonna be like a really nice. And while that's baking, we're gonna brush off this other one. This is the Real Technique brush in Multitask brush, and then I just use this to dust off the powder. So I kind of like brush it in there, but also in a way of like dusting it off, you know, something like that, and then just and brush off this. I just kind of like that. And while this part is cooking, now that we don't have any of the powder underneath our eyes, that's when we can go back into our eyeshadow palette, and then we can bring back that color in there. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with, again, another e.l.f. brush that I love. I use this so much, I don't even know what the name is. Oh, it's a defining eye brush. It's like this nice little brush that fits right under your eye, like so nice. It's like, it makes it so like smoky and really pretty. I love it. And it has like this nice little like uphill kind of thing here, so it just really like gets into your eye like right there. So we're gonna go in with the modern Renaissance palette, so we can bring back the reddish and pinkish colors in there. And then I'm gonna go back in with Venetian red, just a tiny bit of love letter, Venetian red, everything that we did like on the top there. Then we're gonna go, I start like right in the middle, so that's where the most pigment is. Ooh, look at that. And then connect it with the color over here. I love it. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now we're gonna brush off this bake and just, ooh, just take that right off and just get that off there. Might have left this one on a little too long, but that's okay. Just make that work. And now it looks more like cut. Ooh, my favorite part's coming up. We're gonna highlight after this. Because I don't really use blush. Like, I don't. Like, I use it like once in a while if I'm just like, oh, I really want to step it up. But like, I don't know. I just feel like blush is just not really my thing. I'm already kind of pinky enough. So we don't gotta do all that. So we're gonna go in with our Anastasia Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. This is honestly one of my favorite glow kits I have ever owned in my whole entire life. It is so nice, it is so pigmented, it is blinding, it is glittery. I love it. It stays on all day. It is a little expensive. It is around like $50 or so, but you come with all these shades. It's more like glittery. There's like white ones, purplish ones, pinkish ones. I find these to be amazing. I haven't even hit pan yet, and I've had these for months and months and months. So I don't even know how long I've had. I think it was a while. None of these are close to hitting pan, so I think these are definitely worth it if you can get your hands on them. Then what I like to do is I like to spritz my face with the Maybelline spray. When you have a wet base and a wet brush, and you dip it in there, that highlight is gonna shine from Saturn, whatever, Pluto, if that's still going on. And I'm gonna go more, I really like the goldish one, so I just go in with Glow Getter, 143, Daydream. I just mix like all of them together. I don't even care. Just dip those in there. They're all beautiful. And then just watch this. I love it. It makes me glow from within, making me look poppin'. And I go, because I find that the Forever Lit one is too light for me, but I just go with the very, see that? Like I go with the very, very tops of my cheekbones and just tiny bit there. Like it just adds like that really nice in there. And I'm gonna go in with the other side. I'm gonna start this process. Oh, you'll see. Oh, like this is the palette to not joke with. Like I haven't seen anyone ever review this and then be like, oh no, like it's not that good. No, it'll stay. It is amazing. Ooh, look at that. I just got like a little bit of my Cupid's bow, a little bit down the nose, a little tiny bit there, and just like you know, put it all over your face, I guess. And I like to go with my beauty blender or my sponge, and then I like to, that's not the right one. Okay. Then I like to go in with my beauty sponge, my Real Technique sponge, and then the part without all the powder and stuff like that, I like to just press all, while my face is a little more damp still, I like to press all of the foundation and just like the highlight and just everything into my face, because I feel like it just really like sets it in there. Like it makes it more like skin. It doesn't look like the foundation is on top of you. It just really just like, I feel like just like really punctures it in there. And then I'm gonna highlight my inner corner. I'm gonna use, I think I'm gonna use Kitty Cat. I'm gonna use a little bit of Glow Getter. I use my pinky for this because I feel like, again, like I said with this here, if you put on like shadows or highlight or anything like on your face with your hands, I feel like it really like intensifies it. So I'm just gonna like, watch, you're gonna see like that looks bland right now. Watch, give me a sec. Ooh, like right there. Especially your pinky, because I feel like it just fits right into your inner corner really, really nice. I just like set it in there and then I just pat it right in there. And that's just like a beautiful pinkish glow. I'm gonna go in with the same thing. I'm gonna go right there. Just, ooh, that is so blinding. I love it. And off camera really quick, I just highlighted my brow bone with those same colors. I just used a small brush and I just really put it in there. I did not use my pinky for this because this one has to be a little bit more precise and you don't want it like all over your eyeshadow, but just I just put it like right in there, and it just makes it like a real glow, and then just makes your eyebrow look more like, oh, right there. So I'm sorry if you hear any noise. It's my parents. being so loud upstairs. They're just giggling away at whatever they're watching, and my mom's cooking, so she's just being extra loud. So if you hear that, just ignore it. So where we're gonna go in last, I believe we're last, and then just like setting spray, but we're gonna go in with lipstick. I feel like you could use any lipstick with this look. You could use a reddish color, anything you want. I'm gonna go in with this Anastasia Ashton liquid lipstick. I feel like it's a really nice like terracotta nude kind of thing. It's like a nice little brownish kind of thing. I feel like it goes with this. It's very neutral for a lot of looks. So I'm just going like this. This is what the doe foot looks like. It's really nice and you can really get in there. And then I just look really close to my mirror and I just go straight down the middle and then I just go right there. Smack my lips together. What I like about this too is that it comes off more of like a orangish brown kind of thing, but then like later on throughout the day it kind of turns more like a reddish kind of color, so I just think it's really nice. I just go in there and just apply lipstick how you usually do. And I think we are done with everything now. We are looking good, we're looking nice. And then now I'm just gonna go in again with my Mario Badescu spray. I do have a lot more setting sprays and stuff like that, but I just really like this because I think it just lets the foundation, everything else just sink into your skin. I think it's really nice. You just shake a little bit, couple sprays, got that in there. And if you want again, you can just go in with there and just, I'm just obsessed with doing this because it just really makes it feel like it just sticks on there, just like that. And then I'm gonna change really quick into something more Valentine's Day kind of thing. I'm just wearing like a black bear shirt and stuff like that, and that's not very like date-ish or anything like that, so just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is the end of the look. I just changed really quick into a nice little crimson sweater. And I love how this turned out. I like how all this looks with the eyes and the lips and everything with this. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something from it. It definitely will not be this long the next time. I just wanted to show everything that I do in the very first video. Like maybe next time if I'm just doing an eye look, I will already have my base and everything done, or I'll just fast forward through that. And I do apologize how long it is, but I really hope you guys enjoyed my very first makeup video. I'm sorry that it kind of came out a little weird or if anything like that. So just leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!